Hey everyone, I'm back. Um, saw the video from yesterday, only 10 minutes processed, even though I talked for about 50. So I don't know what the issue is. I saw the last couple lives I did. The If the timer went over 30 minutes, it just wouldn't work. So I have a couple of 27 minutes, blah blah blah, but I don't know. So maybe I have to keep the video shorter. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna do two stories today. Um, Yeah, I don't care if it gets cut off. I wish I didn't, so I can have the whole video. But anyways, the other thing I thought I could do is if I ever go back on these videos a couple years down the road or whatever, I can do a little time capsule and talk about something big that happened so I can remember it. And so for the last couple days, there was at a Coldplay concert, this couple that were having an affair. They got caught cheating, and it became just like a nationwide scandal. I personally don't think it was that funny, but everybody in the whole internet thought it was. So it just became like a huge meme. But yeah, so I think as more kind of big events that happen as time goes on, I'll kind of bring them up at the beginning of my videos so I can look back at it and be like, oh yeah, I remember that. But anyways, let's get back to reviewing. I didn't finish. I was so tired yesterday. I didn't finish reviewing all the words that I learned. So I'm gonna finish that and then just etiketava tagged. Cara. Jeez, what's the word? Okay, I don't know what I wrote down, so we'll move on. Feel water then attach heritage center calçadas sidewalks soltos luz turbilhão whirlwind adiar to postpone and so sounded. We're getting close to 300 days, and I think I'm going to upgrade my move from ChatGPT to actual stories because these are boring and they make me want to sleep reading them sometimes. O homem que vendia amanhãs, the man that sold mornings. I must have read that wrong. Sold tomorrows. No fim de uma rua esquecida, havia uma pequena banca de madeira, coberta por toldo bege, onde um homem chamado Otávio vendia algo que ninguém acreditava existir amanhã. Eran pequeños frascos de vidro, cada contento uma névoa clara que se movia como fumaça. Ela dizia: cada frasco tem dia inteiro. Quem compra ganha manhã que não viverá de outra forma. At the end of a hidden road there was a small white bank, small wooden bench, covered for a total beige awning. Okay. I feel like I'm getting down the common words, but there's like more obscure words in it. Those are what I'm learning. Where a man called Ottavio sold something that no one believed existed, tomorrows. There was a lot of gold glass vases, bottles. Every one, each one contained a Navoa, clear mist that moved like smoke. He said, every bottle has a whole day. Who buys gains a tomorrow that never lived in another form. Who you wouldn't experience otherwise. Alguns riam e passavam reto, outros mais curiosos compravam frasco e, de fato, na manhã seguinte algo acontecia. Encontravam uma pessoa que mudava sua vida. Tinham coragem para dizer algo que guardavam há anos. Ou simplesmente sentiam uma felicidade sem motivo. Mas havia uma regra. E não vendo futuros inteiros, apenas fragmentos. Some laughed and passed it off. Walked straight past. Others, more curious, bought a bottle, and in fact, in the following day, something happened. They found a person that moved their lives, had courage for saying something that kept that stayed for years. And kept inside for years. Or simply felt a happiness without motivation. for no reason. But there was a rule. I don't sell whole futures, just fragments. E sempre pedi algo em troca. Não dinheiro, mas dia do passado do comprador, uma lembrança, uma cena, emoção que seria apagada para sempre. Certa noite, uma mulher chamada Catarina apareceu. Quero amanhã, disse, mas não tenho nada para dar troca. Não quero perder minhas lembranças. And always lost something in troca. Always asked for something in troca. No money, but a day of passing of the comprador. A memory, a scene, an emotion that will be turned over for forever, lost forever, which not be erased forever. One night, a woman named Katerina appeared. I want tomorrow, she said, but I don't have anything to give. I forgot. In return, I don't want to forget my memories. Ottavio o olho com uma ternura cansada. Então você já é mais rica do que pensa. Quem guarda o ontem inteiro já carrega o amanhã por si só. Catarina sorriu, confusa, e se sentou ao lado dele. Passaram horas conversando sobre dias que nunca voltam, mas que continuam a viver dentro das pessoas. Ottavio looked at her with a tired tenderness. So you already are more rich than you think. Who keeps their whole yesterday already carries their tomorrow for themselves only. A tricky sentence. Who keeps yesterday whole already carries tomorrow alone. Katerina smiled, confused, and felt herself to the side of him. Sat down. Oh, and sat herself to the side of him. Passing hours conversing about days that never returned, but that continued to live inside them, the people. No dia seguinte, a banca estava vazia. Otávio havia desaparecido. Alguns dizem que vendeu todos os seus próprios. Amanhã e agora bebe apenas nos dias dos outros. Outros juram que ele simplesmente percebeu que ninguém pode dar ou tirar o amanhã de alguém, apenas inspirar a vê-lo de forma diferente. Following day, the bench was empty. Otavio had disappeared. Some say that he sold all of his own tomorrows and now lives just in the days of others. Others swear that he simply appeared, that no one can give or throw the morning to anyone. Let's read that. He simply realized that no one can give or take away someone's tomorrow. Just inspire to see it of a different form. Inspire to see it differently. E às vezes, quando a manhã está clara demais para ser comum, aqui encontrei na soleira da porta pequeno frasco vazio, como se alguém tivesse sussurrado. Este amanhã já é seu, use bem. And sometimes when the morning is clear enough for being common, when the morning is too bright to be common, there who finds in solace of the door a small empty bottle. To anyone who finds, actually, it's 100% correct. There are those who find a small empty bottle on the doorstep. There are those that find in the solata. Okay, I don't know that word. And then there's like if someone had whispered, "This morning already is yours. Use it wisely." So funny that computers can still create a sentimental meaning. Okay, one more. So almost 20 minutes. Will the rest of this video process because a ponte que guardava histórias, the bridge that kept stories. No limite entre duas cidades esquecidas havia ponte de pedra antiga, tão velha que ninguém sabia quem a construía, mas todos diziam a mesma coisa. Ela guardava histórias. In the limit between two forgotten cities, there is a bridge of ancient stone, so old that no one knows who made it, who constructed it. But everyone said the same thing. It holds stories. It held stories. On the border between two forgotten cities was an ancient stone bridge, so old that no one knew who built it, but everyone said the same thing. Quando alguém atravessava a ponte à noite, as pedras sob os pés começavam murmur. Oh, I could actually listen to it. Yeah, no, none of you could hear that, but I actually read this story perfectly. It's a little too fast for me to understand while listening, but we're going to get there one day. When someone, quando alguém atravessava a ponte à noite, as pedras sob os pés começavam a murmurar. Eram vozes baixas, como lembranças que não queriam se perder. Alguns ouviam apenas fragmentos, risadas de crianças, preces, despedidas sussurradas. Outros juravam ouvir histórias inteiras, como se o passado da cidade estivesse preso ali. When someone crossed the bridge at night, the rocks under the feet started to whisper. There were low voices like memories that no one wanted to forget. No one, no, that no one wanted to ask themselves, like memories that didn't want to be lost. Some hear just fragments laughing of children, less goods, creases. The hell? Oh, my pen messed up. And whispered despedidas. Despedidas. Others swear to hear whole stories, like if the past of passing of the city was pressed here, pressed there. I don't understand. As if the city's past was trapped there. Um homem chamado Elias Andarilho e contador de casos. Chegou certa vez A ponte decidido a entender o que ela dizia, ficou ali por 3 noites seguidas, deitado sobre as pedras, ouvindo, e quanto mais escutava, mas sentia que algo naquelas histórias tinha a ver com ele, mesmo que fossem de tempos e pessoas que ele nunca conhecera. A man named Elias Andrew Wander and Darilio. I think if I knew how to pronounce these words, it would be a little easier to understand them. And singer of causes. Is that what that says? Storyteller. Cantador de casos. Arrived at the right time to the bridge, decided to understand what he said, what it said. He once arrived at the bridge determined to understand what it said. He stayed there for 3 nights following Deitado, lying down on the rocks, listening. And when he listened enough, sat, felt enough that something in that story had to see with him. The more he listened, the more he felt something in the stories had to do with him. Same also that does of time and people that he never knew, even if they were from times and people. Na quarta noite, a ponte falou diretamente com ele, não com palavras, mas com silêncio tão intenso, que parecia exigir resposta. O que você quer de mim? Perguntou Elias. Então uma lembrança surgiu em sua mente, uma cena antiga de quando era criança atravessando uma ponte muito parecida com aquela, de mãos dadas com alguém cujo rosto não conseguia ver. On the fourth night, the bridge spoke directly with him, not with words, but with a silence so intense that seemed it existed responding, so intense that it seemed to demand a response. What do you want from me? Asked Elias. So a memory surged in his mind, arose a old scene of when he was a kid crossing a bridge, very apparent like that. Very similar to that one. Of dated hands, like someone Cujo is, I know this word. Someone whose face he could not see. Holding hands with someone whose face he could not see. No dia seguinte, os moradores da cidade encontraram Elias parado no meio da ponte com os olhos fechados. Ele disse: Esta ponte não é feita só de pedra, é feita do que escolhemos lembrar. The following day, the moradores, the residents of the city, found Elias stopped in the middle of the bridge with closed eyes. He said, "This bridge is not made only of stones, it's made of that we choose to remember." It's made of what we choose. E a partir daquele dia, todos que atravessavam a ponte começaram a levar consigo pequeno fragmento das histórias que ouviam, como se cada fosse responsável por carregar uma parte da memória coletiva. And to leave the following day, from that day on, everything that crossed the bridge started to take what it can, a small fragment of stories that listened, that they heard. Everyone across the bridge began to take with them consigo a small fragment of the stories they heard. Like if each one was responsible for carrying a part of the collective memory. As if each one was responsible for carrying a part of the collective memory. Dizem que Elias partiu sem destino, mas que de vez em quando uma nova ponte aparece em algum canto do mundo sussurrando histórias para quem tiver coragem de escutá-las. They said that Elias left without destiny, but what of time? What of this time in when a new bridge seemed in something blank of the world. But every mas que de vez, every now and then, mas que de vez em quando, every now and then, a new bridge appears somewhere in the world, whispering stories for who has courage to listen to them. All right, that's enough stories. Let's review the words. Not that many, which is good. Toldo, Ani, Badgie, Beige, Rascals, Jars, Heto, Straight. Learning a language must have been so hard before technology. You would have to can look up these words instantly, but you have to go to your own dictionary and translation dictionary. And some words don't really make sense in the context that they're said unless you understand the sentence. Later. Threshold, interesting. Yes, this prayers. Despedidas. Goodbyes. Andaria. Wander. Detado. And how much did we get to today? 36? 2 stories? I'm translating pretty well. I hope. Maybe when I switch to actual articles from Brazil, I will be totally lost. Anyways, thanks for watching. Até a próxima.